Okay, so very warm welcome to all of you for today's Unit 1 first lecture regarding the database management system. So in earlier lecture, we have discussed the syllabus of our DBMS, why DBMS subject kept in a third year. So in this lecture, we discuss and we start the Unit 1 like introduction to the database management system. So what are the key points for the DBMS that is being shown in slides, which is introduction, purpose of database system application, view of data, database languages, database system structure, database model. So that is what first the introductory part of your DBMS. That means what will be the DBMS, what is purpose, where it is used, some models which are related to DBMS that we are discussing the introductory part. And second part is the DBMS design and ER model. In this part, we discuss regarding like entity, attributes, relationship, constraints, keys, design process, entity relationship model, some ER diagram we are discussing, like how to design ER diagram, some design issues, what are the problems, what are the key points which are comes into the mind regarding the design of any diagram or architecture of the database, then extended ER features, next converting ER and double ER diagram into the table. So that we will discuss the today. So first we will start for the introduction to the DBMS. Now, first of all, what do you mean by DBMS? It stands for Database Management System. Now, we can break this DBMS. First is the DB, that is database, and second is the management system. Now, what is database and what is management system? So, database, it is a collection of data, and management system, it is a set of your program to store and retrieve those data. Means database which having the your information, and management system, it's like your how we can store that your information or data, and how we can access and retrieve that data from the particular location. So that is the part of your database management system. Now, the database defined, DBMS defined like this: DBMS is the collection of interrelated data and set of programs to store and access those data in an easy and effective manner. Now, the definition, the first word is the collection of interrelated data. Now, we can take up one example. When we create a database of student, that time we can collect the data related to only the students, right? So we cannot store, we cannot collect the data which are not related to the students. That's like means we are storing the data like student name, student class, student mobile number, student marks. So that type of data we are storing in the student database. So we called as the collection of interrelated data. That means related data and set of programs to store and access those data in a easy and effective manner. Now, set of programs means like your whatever codes and some lines which are written for the whatever interrelated data you have collected, that data you have to store on the particular location or store on the some structure like data database. In the database, that is the program, and how we can access that particular location data, that with the one type of program. So it is a set of program to store and access those data in an easy and effective manner. So it is called as a database management system. So next, some in a database system, we can also define as like collection of interrelated data which help in efficient retrieval, insertion and deletion of the database system, and organize the data in the form of your tables, views, schema, and report. Now, student, we consider and we can means like your whatever you are data collecting, which are in a particular concept or particular point, that point which help to how we can retrieve the data, means whatever operations which are related to your database, like retrieval, insertion, deletion, that will be efficient operation will be done by your interrelated data. So and organize that data in the form of table, views, schema, and reports. Means whatever you have collected data, that collected data will be stored in the structurized manner. That structurized like your table, views, schema, and reports. So that we call as the database. We can take an example, university database. Now when we call as a university database, it having data related to the student, data related to the faculty, data related to the admin staff. That means the key point or key stakeholder of university database, which is related to the student, faculty, and admin staff. Okay, means now in the student table, what type of data we are storing? Student ID, student roll number, student name, student mobile number, student class, student department, and student marks. In faculty, we can same like is the interrelated data we can store with the faculty, like your faculty name, faculty department, faculty special subject. Okay, so that type of data we can store in the faculty database. So that type of structurized representation of your data, which is called as the DBMS system. So which help to efficient retrieval and insertion and the deletion of data. Okay, so next, now in the database management system, the DBMS, which is the software used like managed database, is also called as the database management system. Some of example we can take as a software which we can store and retrieve the data, like MySQL and Oracle. In practical session, we are working with the MySQL and Oracle database. Now, in DBMS, it allows for the user which type of task they are operating on the database. So that task we are discussing like data definition. Now, in data definition, it what operations will be done in the data definition? It helps like creation of database, modification of database, removal of definition that defines the organization of your data in the database. Means your what is the structure of your data, that will be create, modify, and removal. So that is data definition task. In data updation task, it helps to insertion of your data, modify that data, and deletion of your actual data. That is the part of your data updation part. Next is the data retrieval. Now in data retrieval means you are accessing of your data, means it having the collect data from the database by particular query, which like as a data retrieval. We can call as the data from the database which can be used by the application for various purpose, that is called as the data retrieval. Means you have to access or you have to retrieve that data to the one particular GUI from the database system. So that is your database retrieval. Next is the user administration. Now it helps to registering and monitoring user, means whatever data in the store that will be monitored by the user, means like you're enforcing your data security, monitoring your performance, maintaining data integrity, dealing with concurrency control, and recovering in the information corrupted by expected time. Now this is the one important aspects of the database, like user administration. Now what is the key role of user administration? It monitoring the user, means how many users we can create for the particular database, how many user can access that data, means also we can enforce that data security, means who can access that data, who can access some of data means again authorization purpose we can enforcing the data security, because we can if we store that data or we can give the access you the openly, that time any people access your data, so it having the some security reasons, so we are enforcing the data security. Next, monitoring the performance. Now why we monitoring the performance? Because your application or your software which is related to your performance, because it having the minimum time we get the correct result, so that is the one type of performance measuring. So we have to monitor the performance. Next is the maintaining data integrity. That means in your database we have to maintain the integrity, like your uniqueness of your database. You have to reduce the redundancy of your database. Okay, so that type of integrity you have to maintain. Now dealing with concurrency control. If you give the more user to the particular database, that time many user can access that data at a time. Means 2-3 students access that exam portal, that is concurrency control, means concurrently data accessing. So that is one important dealing with the database. Then recovering information. Okay, sometimes we can get the unexpected failure for database, like your light is off at the time of your whatever you are data feeding in the database, so that time your information will be lost. So that time recovery system also we required. So for that purpose your user administration is important. Now what is the need of database system? No, all the students that a database system we learn about the database system. Okay, now what is need of that database system? Because we have the data. Okay, we have a data, but where it will be stored, or what will we do with the database or that particular data? We have data, but what we can do with data? We have to store somewhere, we have to retrieve from somewhere. Okay, so that is the basic need of database. When we dealing with the huge amount of data, there are two things required for optimization: storage of data and retrieval of data. Now first we will storage of data. In the form of storage of data, we have to store your interrelated information into the particular table that we call as your storage of data. Like we take an example, suppose you take a cupboard, and in that cupboard you are storing your books. Okay, so in that cupboard, when you storing your books, you are giving the some category. First category which are related to your first year book, second category your second year book, third category your third year book, last fourth category which is your last year books, and uh, if you have some other books which are not academic related, we can store as some other section, like your which are related or not related to your academic, so we can give the label to that particular section. Also you have one spiritual book, we can keep that spiritual book as a separate. That means your book cupboard which will be categorized and which are related, store related by the category. Okay, so that type of storage we are relating your the DBMS system. So next important need for the DBMS is the fast retrieval of your data. Means whatever data you are storing in the database, that database which are related with your particular queries, that query must be retrieve that data. Okay, so that means if you require, let's take a one example like your book cover. You required the second year C++ book. Okay, so that time what you are doing, you are not searching in the your fourth year section, you are not searching in a first year section, you are searching in a second year section. So it will get easily and fast retrieval of your data. So that purpose we are storing that data in the particular format. So fast retrieval of data which optimize and systematic manner. It is also important for we can retrieve the data quickly when we need. When we need that time you can get the data. So it is one important aspect of your DBMS storage and fast retrieval of data. Now next, purpose of your DBMS system. The main purpose of DBMS system to manage your data. You have a lot of your huge amount of your data, but you don't get that data in a particular time. Means when you required your resume, you didn't get. When you required your Aadhaar card, you didn't get. But that time you have to store in a some category wise manner, then definitely you will get your data. So for that purpose there is a database management system. Okay, so we consider as one example university that keeps the data of students, keeps the data of teachers, keep data of course and books. So we have to store and that in a particular structure we can call as a table. To manage this data, we need to store this data somewhere. We can add a new data, delete unused data, update outdated data, retrieve that data to the perform operation on that data. So we need the database management system to allow store that data in a such way so that the operation can be performed and data retrieved very efficiently. So that is your purpose of your database. Now next is a database application. So dear students, so when you know the database application, because when you think about the database, first we have to understand the where that database will be used. So that is your database application. So in this PPT, the first point is the telecom. In telecom, there is a database, keep tracks of your information like recording call made, network uses, customer details. Okay, so that all information will be stored in the particular manner. So without the database system, it is hard to maintain huge amount of data for your structuring and updating every millisecond. Okay, so that's for that purpose in telecom section, the database system it is used. In industry, in manufacturing unit, warehouses or distribution center, each thing we need the database because when we get that real-time data, we can store and in the particular records for the in and outs. Okay, so in industry, for we can call as the where it is used as a manufacturing unit, warehouses, distribution center, that is which are related to your products. For example, distribution center, we should keep the track of your product units supplied into the center as well as the product which are related or delivered from the distribution center. Again, that this where the database comes into the picture. So airline system, in airline system, to travel through the airline, we can make early reservation. This reservation information along with the flight schedule, it is stored in the database. We in the airline system, we have all data related to your particular customer which are traveling through the airline system. That means like your reservation time, how many people are coming with you for a particular journey. So that all type of data which are stored in the airline system. So online shopping, many people are doing the online shopping on the website like Amazon, Flipkart. There are multiple sites, but in these online websites, they are keeping track of your product, means which are you are buying that product, they are keeping that track. Means Amazon having some information like all of you, like your name, where you located from, means your delivery of your product and what required or where you are interested to buy the product. So that type of information also stored in the online shopping. Next is the sales. In sales, to customer information, production information, invoice details, that type of structurized data will be stored in your sales database. So here we can use the database system. In banking system, it also important part, banking system, because customer info, tracking of day-to-day credit, debit transaction, generating bank statements, all this work will be done by the database system. Now in our education system, where database will be used, like school, colleges, we can keep the record of your students, we can keep the record of staff, we can keep the departmental data, exam details, your attendance details, your fees details. That means there is a whole lot of amount of interrelated data to be stored in the database, which is the efficient manner for the retrieving of your data. So that is the application of your database. So today we discuss regarding the purpose of your data, what is the introduction of your database management system, and application of your database. Again, we also discuss the need of your database system. So that is your today's lecture. So thank you all of you.